Hello, everyone. I would like to introduce you today to Stefano Cartoni, CEO at Cork Alliance Inc., who's also managing business as Antigal Winery and Estates. So, well, he, amongst other things, is known for his commendable leadership skills and interests in commercial areas, sales, management, and finance. So, Stefano, how are you?
Pretty good, and you?
Well, we're as good as can be expected. So, well, adding to what I just introduced you to our audience with, would you like to add something to it? Would you want to tell something more about yourself and, what you think have been your key contributions to the industry at large?
Well, sure, of course. Well, as you mentioned before, we're in the alcohol industry, most likely wine and beers and cocktails. We're based in the US, but we have the winery in Argentina, Mendoza. We also started like 2 years ago incorporating new wineries and new brands from all over the world. So a positive thing, because I can't say that alcohol is positive, but a good thing that we're doing is like we're bringing key players to the industry, like beers from Patagonia, wines from different regions like Uruguay, Marlborough, New Zealand, Spain, La Rioja, Argentina, Mendoza, Oregon, with in the US. So we're trying to bring selected partners here to introduce to the US market and to the world as well.
Wow, you guys are pretty much spread across the globe. That's very interesting and intriguing. Very good. So, well, Stefano, what prompted you to attend the previously concluded food conference?
What made me attend to the event, you mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, most likely, in a certain way, was a good way to go back to normal, because imagine we were like more than a year like stuck in the office, virtual meetings, Zoom, you name it. So I was like anxious of going out there, meeting up with people, introduce myself, let the world like know what we're doing. And yeah, most likely that was the main idea why I decided to go.
Well, was it of benefit to you? Did it actually yield the benefits that you thought of?
Yeah, I mean, interesting people, was very open. Like you have like people from all related to the food and beverage industry, but some guys were, I don't know, from the raw material side to the final product. So you have like different entry levels over there.
Right.
Yeah. In a good way was well, we all know all the restrictions with COVID and everything, so we all knew that it wasn't going to be like a major event because of the COVID restriction and everything. But overall, I think it went quite well received. Most of the participants, I would say, were based in the US, so that's a good thing for us because we're based here in Miami.
Right. That's very good to hear.
Yeah, well, I guess most of the participants were from the US because of the restriction on travel and on everything.
Right.
Everybody was very anxious, excited to participate, like shaking hands and everything. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good to hear. You were able to expand your network horizons, and since you are spread across the globe, and you managed to meet your target audience, that is actually what we guys aim for when we think of organizing these events and conferences, and that is why we, target the different geographies at the same time, and that is the main idea behind it, organizing these conferences. So Stefano, how would you rate or summarize your experience being at the in-person event, especially in times of COVID?
Well, like I said before, it was not an easy thing because We all know the restrictions and everything, especially now with the new Delta variant that we always said it was good. Yeah. Was all scheduled in time, like everybody was participating, asking questions. So that was a positive thing because at the end you need interaction in all those kind of events. So yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's speak from the networking and learning aspect of the conference. So, what were your takeaways from that? If we talk about the learnings and the networking opportunities that were all the attendees provided with.
Well, I would say in the networking, some key players were interesting. Other were like totally different industries for me. Like, for instance, you have like from fertilizers to machineries for building, I don't know, cooking oil. And that's a different industry for mine, because mine is at the end is alcohol. We have some relations like, or some in terms of, for example, what we're trying to accomplish, like going more to green and environmental and more awareness with the environment, with go green, organic products. Yeah, we're all like trying to focus on that trend right now, because I think most of all the companies are going in that directions. Just launched, for instance, like an organic Malbec, Uno Malbec organic. So we're very excited because it just arrived to the US. And those kind of things we try to look in other partners as well, in other companies that we can work together.
Speaking of potential collaborations, were you able to walk away with any contracts or potential deals?
More relations. I mean, since my industry is, it's a end product, like a wine bottle, I would say. So yeah, some important networks were with restaurants in the on-premise side. Another ones have some connection with off-premise, that is more like retail store, supermarket, that we aim to add our products to their shelf stock. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you were at a pretty good side. I mean, a pretty exciting side of the conference and the industry as well. I mean, who doesn't want to explore wine? Personally.
Yeah. And you also learn other stuff as well. I mean, I learned from others, like there were completely different industries. So that give you like another perspective, you will.
Right.
How things works at the end, because I'm producing like a final good, like a wine, and others are like doing all the process behind of the soil, farmings, and everything. Yeah.
So the raw material kind of side as you mentioned. Okay, yeah, that's pretty interesting. So everything in under one roof, and you were able to actually see what's behind it, what the process exactly is, and how do these guys operate. That's pretty interesting.
And also learn from our industries. I mean, you never stop learning, so that's
right.
A positive thing also.
Right. All right. So, Stefano, were you satisfied with the team, how they managed to, organize the event, and with how they handled the unfortunate situation of COVID-19 with the postponement of the event?
Well, overall, I always went to the event with expectation. Hey, we're in a COVID stage, so it's difficult to have like handle the crowds and everything, but everyone are like in a certain way like afraid, I will say, because of traveling, and especially now with new variants. But overall, yeah, I'll say it worked overall in schedule. Sometimes I feel like could be more like participating as kind of way, like because you always love the interaction.
Right.
So yeah, those kind of things I would say that can be improved in the future, obviously. But again, I was with I went to the event knowing on the scenario that we are already facing up. So yeah.
Pretty good to hear. Thank you for the feedback. Anyways, I mean, we are learning every day, as you mentioned. So learning never stops. We will be learning from you guys, from our past attendees, and we'd be more than happy to implement those changes and updates to our upcoming events. So Stefano, lastly, how likely are you to attend the next edition, or would you be, I mean, for the sake of other industry leaders, the aspiring ones, would you be recommending, how likely would you be recommending them to attend the upcoming events?
Yeah, totally recommending. Because again, it's a new way to meet, interact, new people, new industries, and also when everybody loves to participate in those kinds of events. Hopefully, we have a better scenario in terms of COVID and everything, and more people can be actively there and participate and attend to the event, because my understanding was a limited capacity for the one that was held in June.
Well, yes.
Because of the restriction of flights and everything, was more like
attendance was obviously affected because of the pandemic, and of course, fingers crossed for the next edition.
No, and also you have some things that you cannot control, like I don't know, some airports shut down and there was no flight, for example, from some countries to the US. So yeah, and you have to do a quarantine and everything. So yeah, it's those kind of things we all know that we cannot control. Hopefully in the future, we face a better a better crowd.
Well, the phase was pretty scary, to be very honest. We managed to organize the in-person event, but would still, want to add more upgrades and to get bigger and better. So, of course, we value your feedback. Stefano, thank you so much for gracing us.
Another last recommendation, probably, that's my recommendation, but since like guys from me, like in the wine industry or early industry, probably they can share or also do wine tasting at the end, like a happy hour, like everybody can taste the wine or samplings, right? Just to give it more and more active, I think. Yeah?
I'm sure people love that. I love this idea.
Because at the end, I have some bottles like when I was presenting and everybody wanted to try it, but I don't know if I was allowed to share or pour wine. So yeah.
Well, I like your idea personally. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, wine tasting, who doesn't want that?
Yeah, everybody wants to try, or I don't know. There were guys like doing acai bowls or something like that. For sure, I'd like to try one. I don't know with for the pandemic and the restriction, but yeah, it can be something that you can guys take a look for the future. Yeah.
Of course. We love all the feedbacks that we are getting, and we would definitely consider them to get better in the upcoming events as well. And your idea, of course, I'm going to be the person who will be recommending this because I liked it. So, Stefano, thank you so much for gracing our event with your knowledge and being present there. We really look forward for you to attend our upcoming events, and see you.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.